Welcome to yet another bonus episode on Let's Play Battlefield 1942, and we return to the Battle of Omaha Beach on the American side. Yes, we've been assigned there, and this time around I'm going to show you the use of the medic exclusively. This will be a no sniping episode of Omaha Beach. Now I do have to kind of provide a disclaimer here. If you can snipe effectively, the most effective strategy, and especially in racking up kills, but also just overall, if it's possible, you should do the strategy that I used on the first Allied version of Omaha Beach, as opposed to doing what I'm going to show you. Basically, this episode is going to be for those of you who like to see a lot of failed assaults against the enemy bunker on Omaha Beach. If at the beginning of this round, a lot of people on your team are going to be sniper, there's going to be a lot of disorganized people on your side, and a lot of organization on the hostile side, which makes it very, very, very difficult for you to make any ground against the bunker. See, I'm already taking a lot of fire from hostile machine guns, hostile tanks, and so forth. There are a lot of different layers to the defense, which is why I like to snipe in the beginning, and also encourage other people on my team to change their class, which they're also more likely to do generally as the round goes on. See, me and only a couple other people are actually storming the bunker, and since we're going to go up against the entire hostile team, it's not going to be very pretty. So they've got a Tiger tank. They appear to be doing the normal, a very effective defensive strategy, which is to have one tank on each ramp. And I suspect they'll also have a lot of snipers out there, people on the mounted machine guns. If they're really coordinated, they'll have the def guns very active, and if they want, they can even have engineers with X-packs at the front of the bunker, along with, as you can see there, people with machine guns. So that's a lot of people to get through, and even if you get through all that, you're going to have to deal with the entire rest of the hostile team, the enemy team, I should say, and they're all going to have machine guns and various items. And they'll also be spawning in all around you. So actually I'm quite surprised that I was able to get even that far, just to make it up the ramp and get inside the bunker itself, get between those concrete walls, is quite a feat, especially at the beginning of the round. Now hopefully as time goes on, more and more people on my team will kind of join me, and they'll be making their way in large groups. There's the Tiger going onto the beach. Sometimes that's not allowed on the server. I think the server allows it. I would actually, if I had a tank, just keep it on the ramp. You can see there, they've got a lot of different ways to defend this bunker and defend the ramps, but you've also got a lot of good old-fashioned enemies with machine guns. I'm going to make my way around the other way. I kind of like to see if I can neutralize the flag from just standing against this wall. I'm going to be a very tempting target if the def gun spots me, or if hostiles just happen to go inside the... Yeah, I turn the flag neutral, but which will actually stop the bleed, which is nice, but as soon as enemies realize what you're doing, of course, they're going to come in there and you're going to be an easy target. So that was failed attempt number 2, and there's going to be a lot of these, I think. I did notice while I was up there that both of the hostile def guns were active, which is kind of a bad sign. And I see the Panzer is guarding that platform. The Tiger tank went onto the beach, so I'm kind of hoping that there will be some lack of organization there. And I noticed there wasn't too much of a defense on the left side. A couple guys in here, so I'll just... Let's see if they can outrun the grenade, and no. The flag has been neutral up there for a surprisingly long period of time. It's always nice to see that, because it really anything to make the enemy off their game or disorganize them. Might be an engineer probably using X-Packs. I always get kind of nervous when I see enemies with X-Packs because they can be extremely effective on this. And there's the def gun kill. Now the general philosophy on this is one area in the game where you really need teamwork. And the reason for that is if you go one at a time, any good def gun or anyone with X-Packs or even a tank, they can kill you. There's pretty much nothing that you can do about that. The way to resolve that is to have a whole bunch of people going in a constant stream. So for instance, the def gun, he'll fire a cannon, he'll kill an allied soldier no matter what he does as he tries to get in the bunker. But while he's reloading the cannon, another guy from the allied side will get in the bunker, and another, and he can't kill all of them. So he can kill any individual soldier, but he can't kill all of them. And the same holds true for hostiles with X-Packs. And you could even say a similar thing about hostile tanks. See, there's a guy, Tater Tot. He's definitely making good use of the X-Pack trap, although I will say most engineers who use the X-Pack method will put the X-Pack at the very beginning, the entryway to the bunker on either side. I think what that engineer is doing is he's putting the X-Packs and he's using them right on top of the flag itself so he can get people coming in from either ramp. The left ramp, by the way, is almost always the easier one to get up, simply because the way it's curved, you can sneak up a lot easier, and on the other side, on the right ramp, enemies can just roll grenades all the way down the ramp and take you out pretty easily. And I think I'll show that maybe next time. Yeah, I can see I'm getting quite a bit of support now, although there's still always going to be the whole German team defending this place. And I guess I was healing the other guy through the wall first. Fortunately, not too many of my friends made it all the way up here. But that guy's an engineer, hopefully won't get a lucky shot off. Alright, that was the X-Pack guy, and he just team-killed himself, as well as killing me there. Yeah, I should have been a little bit more suspicious as he was running away like that, but he drew out the X-Pack at the last second. Now what he might have done there is drop the X-Pack as soon as he could, and then turned around the corner and used the corner to protect himself from getting team-killed. But using the decoy method to have someone chase you is pretty effective, or at least it got me and maybe another allied soldier out of the bunker, which is the most important thing.
Take cover!
Alright, now you're going to see, although you can toss out the grenades yourself, and I got a couple kills, it always seems to be more difficult to get up this ramp. See, and there's another guy who's getting into the X-Pack business, using it in the more standard way, which is to protect the entrance to the bunker. One thing that's encouraging is that I'm seeing the tanks are no longer guarding both of the ramps, so they're starting to lose their organization. Stay tuned for part 2.